all of our four friends have told us about the apps taking over and apps facilitating banking, financial services. Well, the theme of today's program has been financial inclusion and inclusive growth, as we were told in the morning. One small thing I would like to mention here, many of us would recall that financial inclusion till a few years ago was considered only to be through credit. What was being done was dispense credit under various government schemes, sponsored schemes, and say, okay, this is the dole part, this is the subsidy, let people work on it, so they are included. But later on we found that that model perhaps didn't really work out, or maybe that was contextual in that context or state of the economy we were in. And then technology helped trigger some thoughts. Okay, the real moolah, the real progress, the growth lies in expanding the horizon of services rather than just giving subsidies. Then the payment systems came to the fore, and again technology has been very important. Now, so the meaning of inclusion by itself is contextual. Maybe the next stage where we go, when we are a little more prosperous as a country, we will include perhaps the infrastructure funding we were talking in the morning, because we cannot really differentiate. When we say the poorest of the poor, yes, we need to reach to them, but infrastructure funding is also going to trickle down. So both are interlinked. All kinds of finances, all segments of economy in the country, banking services, financial services, wherever they expand, some of them help inclusion directly, some do help indirectly. Now, the limitations to this were human resource or geography or whatever the capacity, technology has helped us overcome. Now, one question which was asked in the documents which they sent before the program to us was, in interview, what are you seeing will be the next phase? What will be the few innovations coming in technology next? I could just think of 3, 4, which are there in the RBI document. One is Bharat Bills payment. It doesn't seem to be, inclusive, but it is. All small bills, if we have an interoperable service provider neutral platform, populace at large, particularly in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, will also freely use the bill platform for making payments online rather than going for small cash payments. Then we have trade-related platform, TRADS. In the next session, perhaps the payment system fellows will be able to tell you more on this. That's also coming where the bills will be discounted for small SMEs online, facilitating greater expansion of financial services and expansion of commerce. And then we are looking forward to that IBAN, the portability of bank accounts, again maybe a game changer. And then NFC payments, go and tap and go. What we have today, we see in certain metros at least, we have the malls, we have the railway stations. Even with the card payment, there is a queue. With tap and go technology coming in, perhaps in the near future, well, it will definitely be very time efficient. So technology will take us far. Even the payment banks, which were discussed in the morning, one way technology has enabled us to go that way. One may be intended or unintended thing in that is, all the banking services till today were mixed up. From the model we took up, intermediation by banks, then we came to universal banking. So within the banks, particularly the public sector banks, what we have is, you are handling payment systems, you are handling long-term loans, you are handling small-term loans, you are handling every damn thing, and the costs get mixed up. This is, to an extent, part of our earlier thinking of cross-subsidization everywhere. That was the model of the economy we were following. But there was no clarity on cost and viability. Now we are moving to a stage where we feel each segment to be sustainable should be viable, at least in the longer run. So when the payment banks come, somebody was asking in the morning about the viability. Perhaps they'll work out, it will come. Whichever systems are viable will definitely sustain. Now coming to the bank which I represent today, State Bank of Patiala, they've done quite a wonderful job. They issued 1 million accounts they opened, and one small tweaking of the process they did. This bank, they have 96% of the RuPay cards issued in a very short time. And they achieved this by doing a very small tweaking to the process. Everywhere when you open the accounts in the Jan Dhan Yojana, then eligible account details you fill in and you upload at the branch, each branch wherever it is opened, and then the debit card comes. This is what this bank did was, they said we'll centralize. We already have the data in our head office of all the Jan Dhan Yojana accounts everywhere. So branches are busy. There are small branches, they take time. Centralized will do the uploading, pull the data, do it, and quickly they did 96% cards have been issued. So this small tweaking, what I mean to mention here is that technology gives us creative thinking also. If we put the technology processes, maybe in a slightly creative way, we can use it better and more efficiently. Now, coming to the next part, expansion. That is the topic for this panel. Expansion means different things to different people. One is expanding services to those who don't have any. Second is, when these people, they are initiated into the banking system, they have services at least equal to what others are getting. And thirdly, when we expand services and bring in new products for the existing customers. Now, tier 2 and tier 3 customers, that is my experience on the ground, they are a little wary. And when the customer doesn't adopt technology fast, expansion doesn't become effective. It doesn't become sustainable. Banks may provide every channel, every technology, but the customer has to adopt it fast. In tier 2 and 3, the various things are addressed, bankers will tell you also. One small thing which I want to flag here is, the customer does not have enough confidence in certain places that if he makes an error, I'm not saying there is an error from the bank side, there is an error from the service provider of the bank, no. He sees technology as a barrier to redressal of his problem when he is making an error. How much confidence we give to the customer, especially the newly initiated customer, that even if he makes an error while entering some data, while doing some transaction, how fast his problem will be solved. That is an issue I'm flagging today for my banker friends, and I'll leave it to friends to discuss on role of technology in expansion. And secondly, as I would say, customers lapping up that expansion to make it more sustainable. And after the bankers, we come back to our vendor friends to tell us what their apps can do for helping this expansion. Thank you.